Hey guys, Mark here. All right, so now I did the under coat of this is all a wash layer, paint with paint thinner. It dried almost 100%. So the next thing I want to do is I want to start to add fatter layers of paint, and I'm going to start painting the eyes. I'm going to take a little bit of black. A little bit of Mars black with some paint thinner with it. And I'm just going to go into this eye right here and refill it in. Just kind of refill it in there. It got a little smaller because I kind of painted over it a little bit on the edges. So now I'm going back and redefining the shape. A little bigger again, and then bring it down there. You could use ultramarine blue with burnt sienna together to make a sort of a black color. But right now I'm just using Mars black. All right, so that one's filled in. I'm just filling in the entire area where the eye is with black. Then we're going to go back in and add some highlights. This eye. Reference one that keeps moving around on me. That one. In there. All right, so that area is filled in. I'm using a small round brush, number 1 round brush. Now there's a little bit of highlight. This center, this side, maybe a little higher there. So I'm gonna take a little bit of white and make a gray color. Mix white and black together. Make a gray color. Just go right in the middle here and add the highlight that's on the reference. Let that blend out a little bit. See if I can, maybe I'll bring the camera closer so you guys can see it a little bit better. See if I can drag this a little bit closer. Oh, breaking my phone. That's a little bit better there. And in the middle, it's even a little bit brighter, so I'm going to take a little bit more white. Go right in the middle and then sort of tap it out. Now, like right there, I added a little bit too much white, so to dull it, I'm just going to take the paint that's off my brush, the white that's off my brush, and just sort of move it out here. Go around, sort of tap it around. That's that highlight right there. So the highlight in that eye. Now there's a highlight, sort of a darker highlight. In the middle here, so I add a little bit more gray. Probably can't see that too good. A little bit of gray. Before this is done, I'll probably have to go over this one more time too. There's a couple line comes down. Done. I can't see the name. Melissa, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming on. See if I can make it a little bit brighter on this side here. I end up using a smaller brush to do this, but that's just a basic idea of how the eyes are going to look eventually. Now I want to work on the nose. So I'm gonna, it's just like I did with the eyes, I'm just gonna fill in the entire area dark. The nose shape comes down that way, goes up, up. Square on top. Fill in the nose. And on the top, we have some lighter colored gray, so I'm going to highlight the top right there. That way. Just pick out the highlights. It's a highlight on the top of this nostril. It's a highlight on the top of this nostril. Back with dark, put dark inside the nostril. Oh, here it's a little lighter. Darker there. This is the final touch. This is just kind of like underpainting of the nose going to look like eventually. A little bit of a brighter highlight on that side. Alright, so what I want to do mostly is work on the underpainting of this fur. I'm going to take some white, black, and yellow ochre. I'm sorry, I'm outdoors here. There's a lot of noise, especially in the morning. I'm going to start to paint the fur. And a little yellow ochre to the white, so it's not as straight white. Warm it up a little bit. Just sort of get the idea of what the fur is. My reference photo keeps moving around on me, so let me take a piece of tape and tape it into the glass I have it against. Off to the side, reference photo keeps moving on me. Thank you. Caitlin. Appreciate that. Back to this one. I'm just using a flat brush. It's a number 6 flat mill. And I'm looking at with my darks and my lights. Alright, I'm using a regular plate. I'm just going to mix sort of a gray color. So I have a darker value. So I have light, dark, and then a middle tone. So I have three colors mixed, three values mixed. That's what we call it. Watch the brush. Now his head. It's mostly a light color, so it's in between the light and the dark. Start to fill that in. And go into areas that are I know are dark, so this here is dark over here. It's more shadow. Follow my guidelines here. Stay in those lines as much as possible. And my reference, it gets lighter up here, so I'll add light. Let those two values come together. White paint. Every time I'm adding white, I'm adding just a little bit of yellow ochre, just to keep it from getting too cold. And I have some bushes going that way. So come down. This is a shade darker here, so I'll change the shade. Whenever you get too much paint on the brush, you gotta wash the brush. You're gonna start making mud. You have too much paint on the brush at once. Too much of the paint is gonna start melting together, mixing together. There's a little bit of a shadowy. This light goes that way.